Hey, it's DDA, and today should be the last day of the year if everything goes according to plan, and you're watching this on the final day of 2025. And if you're like me, and sometimes you just need to wind down during a long day at the end of this year, you might want to play something relaxing. And Space Rock Breaker is a very recently released game that goes right into the incremental category. You know, that's a theme I like. And it's all about, well, breaking rocks in space. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. This is going to be a long play, so I just want to take you along for the ride. Now, as you can see, we are this tiny little spaceship. We are shooting at rocks. We're trying not to get ourselves killed by them. And at the top left, you can see my fuel slowly running out. And we only managed to get 2 rocks in the process. So we can recall to base, where we can begin the ore processing. Now, I've already played this game a little bit, and I kind of know what to expect. There's a bit of a gambling thing to this, and you can see the rocks dropping down this funnel over here. Every time it hits one of these pins, you get a little bit of money, and then it drops down into a multiplier over here, and you get some more money. Or at least it will give us money once we get to upgrading our little pins. But anyway, that brings us to the skill tree. So this is like you might recognize from pretty much every single incremental game out there. We can start upgrading our ship. We can start upgrading the ways we make money. It's pretty straightforward. First of all, we're going to increase the damage of all our guns by 1. And we're also going to increase our fuel a little bit so we can last longer. And then we're going to start a new expedition. Now, my first shot was already a miss, so that's a bit unfortunate. But it is what it is. Now, games like this start out really slow, and they will get increasingly more, well, exponentially more, incrementally more exciting as we go. That was only 3 of them. But yeah, we're going to recall to base. We can also just start up a new expedition, but that doesn't really make sense at this point, I don't think. Now, these ores are slowly going to be processed, so you can see they're not dropping in altogether, which will become a theme later on. But for now, let's see, we are going to... we can increase the speed of our ship. We can have a surprise mechanic that gives a +1 to a random score zone multiplier. That's something we want to pick up sooner or later, but for the moment, let's just get some additional fuel and some additional firepower. And the firepower itself is going to be useful to make sure we can actually kill the rocks faster. As you can see, they're now dying in 1 shot, so that is definitely making my life easier. Now, as you can see, my ship is painfully slow. I'm even missing some of these rocks, but yeah, we are already picking up slightly more. Now, on the bottom, you can see I have a quota as well. It just disappeared. But the quota is going to allow us to progress to the next level. Now, as you can see, I don't get the money instantly. I need to wait for these ores to be processed. So at some point, we might need to wait around a little bit. But in the meanwhile, we won't be able to get anything. So 20% chance to drop an additional ore. Sounds really good. I also want to still increase my damage output a little bit. And I'm just going to max out my fuel as well. And we might as well get a little bit of a multiplier. Now, there you go. If any ore drops into this zone, I will get twice as much value. So it's only a small upgrade, but it is something we get nonetheless. Okay. Now, I promise you, the game will speed up quite a bit. But for the moment, we're going to have to deal with what we have. And it's a little bit unfortunate that the rocks are flying away from me there. Now, if you crash into these asteroids, they will kill you. So try not to do that if you're playing this yourself. Now, this game is only a couple of bucks. So I think it's like 2 or 3 euros. And if you're seeing this, I think it's actually still on sale. So for a couple of days. So if you want to pick that up, then you can. Okay, so the Plinko machine continues to process ore while you are on expedition. This is the Plinko machine you see in the background. So if we pick this up, then we can just go on a new expedition and all the ore will keep processing. I am going to increase the speed of my ship because that sounds very awesome. We are also going to increase the rate at which the asteroids spawn. Oh, and we probably want to increase our fuel capacity by 5 as well. But for the moment, let's just dive into a new one. Now, if you're watching this, I hope you had a very great 2025, and I wish you an even better 2026, of course. Let me know in the comments what was the most exciting game you've played this year. And while we're at it, let me know if you have any suggestions on things that we might want to cover in 2026, maybe upcoming games you're excited about. it is all up to you. I'm just gonna jump right into a new expedition so I can show you that the next time we come back, we should find ourselves with a lot of money to spend. There were actually quite a few awesome games this year. I really enjoyed Expedition 33. In hindsight, I wish I did a full playthrough of that on the channel, although that might have not garnered that much attention. But oh look, we actually got to the point where we were able to move on to the next level. Unfortunately, as you can see, we have 13 money already, and the rest is now going to be added to that. I'll get back to what I was talking about in a second, but let's make sure everything... Hold on. I didn't actually pick this up, so why was it... Anyway, I don't know. Might have been me. Maybe it was the ore that already dropped in before I started the new expedition. Anyway, asteroids have a 5% chance to drop gold ore, which has a base value of 50, which is a lot more than the 1 that the normal ore drops. So I think this is going to be a pretty solid investment. This is going to allow us to get an additional fuel capacity. What is this? 20% to drop more ore, yes please, and that will be everything we can grab for the moment. So you can already see the incremental effects slowly starting to appear. We actually got 2 ore, and look at that, we got our first gold there. Now our ship is starting to get a little bit faster as well, and that's another gold already. So this is starting to really add up. Okay. Oh, we can actually move on to the next level. Oh, we can't because we don't have a warp drive installed, so we're gonna have to unlock that pretty soon. But I'll show you that in a moment. Let me grab one more. Oh, but this is still a pretty decent outing, and let's just start up a new one so we don't have to wait for the ore to be processed. We should find ourselves with hundreds of monies to spend in a second. The double ore drop is actually really strong as well. I mean, that's literally twice as much bang for our buck. I want more gold. Give me gold. Give me gold. Give me gold. Gold. Ooh. So some of these rocks seem to die at 4 damage and then some of them don't. But anyway, we have 119. So that should be enough to allow us to upgrade some of our zones. Increase the spawn ratio a little bit. What is this? Space mines, 500, that's not quite what we have, 2000 for a mining laser. But for the moment, let's just increase our fuel by 5 by spending a little bit of money and another 5 right there. We can increase the attack speed of all guns by 20%, that's nice. We can increase our own speed by 100%, that's very nice. And we can add an additional gun to our ship. Now each gun drains fuel per shot, so that's something to keep in mind. We can also give ourselves a 10% crit chance, yes please, and we can gain some ore for each, some fuel for each ore collect, so that will give us a lot of more staying power. Receive a bonus payment of $50 every time you fulfill a quota, so that's going to be a fulfill, spelling error there. Anyway, and that's everything we can get for the moment, so this is going to be a very nice upgrade. 2 guns is, yeah, as you can see, a lot of additional firepower. Some of that is actually going to waste as there's not that many asteroids to shoot at yet, but that seems like a first world problem type of thing. Yeah, we're clearing out this level pretty efficiently at this point. I would like to see a little bit more gold drop, but I'll take it, I'll take it. We need to find that warp drive upgrade though, because we are a little bit too strong, I guess, for this level at this point. And yeah, we're starting to feel that. So let's recall to base. We have 75. Now, where would that upgrade be? A minor missile, 10% chance to fire a missile every time an asteroid is destroyed. Missiles have a base damage of 5. And here's our warp drive. We need 100 for that. And this unlocks the ability to warp to a new sector once the quota has been met. Asteroids in higher sectors drop more ore, but are also harder to destroy. Well, I think that's fine. You can process the remaining ore. Oh, there we go. There was a rocket. And that was another nice bit of gold there as well. I think we just had a crit hit there as well. Okay, we can warp to the new system now. Whoosh! There we go. And we get to a rare sector, and we have these nice little chests over here that are going to drop keys and gold. So lots of reasons to shoot at them. I'll show you what the keys for are in a moment. There is another one of them over here. Ooh, gold. As you can see, my fuel is dropping a lot quicker now, so it seems that the further you get into the sectors, the more fuel it's going to take to stay there. So that is something we should take into consideration as well. But sector 1, I think we start in sector 0 for some reason, is probably where we want to stick for the moment. Now, we have loot boxes and a lot of loot to go with it. So we can start opening loot boxes now, and these will give us cards. As you can see, these are going to give us a score multiplier, so the multiplier for a random score zone, that's the things at the bottom, by 1, or in case of the incoming version, by 2. So all of these are actually the same, but there's different upgrades as well. I'm assuming we're going to see some of them. Look at that. We have Plinko upgrades, so one of the Plinko packs is going to be upgraded, and that gives us a value of one time the value of the ore hitting it. Or we can give ourselves some damage. And that's not a score multiplier. There's a few of these upgrades. And that's just plain cash as well. So not really interesting, but you know. As you can see, this upgrades this entire field. And as the ore will start plowing through here, that means we're going to get a lot more value out of it. So every time it hits one of these packs now, it's going to give us the value of the ore. The value is going to be multiplied from that ore as well. So this is really where the exponential effect starts out. Now, in order to benefit from all of those ore values, we can also now unlock iron ore, which is going to drop from sector 1. So we are in sector 1 already. And it has a base value of 5 rather than 1. This is going to give us some extra fuel, which is great. Some additional missile damage as well. This is going to give us a fire rate upgrade again. 1 fuel each time an asteroid is destroyed is very useful. And let's dive back in. Now we're starting at sector 0 once more, so we need to refill that quota. But that's not too bad, because every time we get to a new zone, we get a chance to get some more of those loot boxes. Now I really wish, honestly, that they reflavored that mechanic a little bit differently rather than loot boxes. Because quite honestly, I don't think that's the most interesting way of doing that. But it is what it is, and the mechanic itself is fairly okay. Ooh, we got a legendary version. So that means we have 4 of these boxes flying around. Now, not all of them will contain the keys, but a lot of them will. And you can also see the new type of, was it coal, I think? Iron? I forgot what it was. You can see those floating around. Now, I could move on to the next sector, but honestly, it feels like farming this one a little bit further is probably a good thing, because remember, each of these black ones has a value of 5 rather than 1. So that's a lot of additional ore that we get there. And I'm just going to start up a new expedition while we wait for that to be processed. And yeah, this is somewhat repetitive, but it's also oddly addicting. It really hits that dopamine spot where I nearly crashed into an asteroid. It's like, I'll just do one more run and see where we get. Sadly, no boxes for us this time around, but that's okay. Oh, I actually forgot to open the boxes from the last run, I think. I should probably have done that instead of continuing right away, but there's not really any way to lose progress in this game as far as I'm aware, so, you know. Let's just see what... Ooh, hold on. Let's see what Sector 2 has for us. It's an uncommon one. Ooh. There is an artifact here. I'll show you what that does in a second as well. Yeah, and as you can see, the fuel is dropping quite quickly in this one. But I think warping here was worth it. So, let's recall to base. We now have an artifact. And that gives me a permanent 10% damage increase. So that's fine. Let's open up some loot boxes. That's a +3 score multiplier. Now the thing with these loot boxes or these upgrades is, ooh, look, fuel by 1 upgrade. So that's really nice. You get upgrades for your ship here as well, not just damage, but also fuel, which is really important. The downside of these loot boxes is that the more upgrades we get, there's a diminishing return, basically. I mean, these store rates are still going to give us a return, but if you are already at +50, getting +51, for example, is of course not going to be quite as valuable. However, we do have 1,600 monies to spend, so let's spend some of that. Do we want mines? Sure, why not? This is a pretty hefty increase in terms of our fuel. We can also have copper ore with a base value of 10 starting to spawn in Sector 2, which is twice as much as we had in the other one, so that's fine. The cheaper upgrades are here, so we should probably finish those up. 25% chance to refuel on a warp, that's fine. Let's get some additional fuel here as well. And let's jump back into another run. Now, I will already say, this game also has a prestige mechanic, so where you kind of start the game over, but you benefit from some of the upgrades that you've already gotten. Ooh, hold on. We want to grab the gold. And let's move on to the next sector. Legendary. Okay, let's get all the boxes. And there's some rare ores in there as well. You already saw some of that new ore that we unlocked in there as well. The copper, I believe it was. Base value of 10, so, you know. Ooh, let me kill myself. There we go. Now, honestly, there's a very good argument to make for just staying in this level and farming it out. Now, the fuel processing will increase even if you stay in a level. So you can just stay there and farm indefinitely. At least I feel that's how that works. I might be wrong on that. Pretty sure that I'm right though. I've tested it out when I was testing the game before showing it to you. That's 5 keys. Okay, let's recall to base. Let's start processing that. And let's open some more loot boxes. Oh look! Receive between 2.5 and 5 ore. Some of these upgrades are honestly not that great, although it's random ores that you have unlocked, so there could be ores in there that are very valuable as well. And let's open up some more of these boxes. Now there are legendary upgrades here as well. Oh, look at that, 5 fuel, that's really nice. And a fire rate upgrade, so that's going to allow us to do more damage. Now this whole thing is starting to look really nice. That's a lot of money coming in. Okay, so more spawn rate, yes please. More damage, yes please. More missile damage, yes. And more fuel. There we go, we cleared that part out. Can we grab these? No, these are really very expensive. Space mine explosions, yes. Gain 1 fuel each time an asteroid is destroyed per a level of this, so that's just 1 fuel for each one I kill. Collection radius increased by 100%, yes. Gain a luck boost every 5 sectors. Okay, increasing the chance for a rarer sector. Oh, fine, we'll pick that up, although we are not quite clearing 5 sectors just yet. Let's grab the additional fuel over here, and then because we have left less, increase the space mine damage, sure. The ore processing isn't really a limiting factor, so I'll grab that whenever we have nothing else to spend money on, I guess. As you can see, this first level is cleared out super fast at this point. Oh, there was gold there. Oh well. There will be more gold here, hopefully. Just a single box. I'm actively trying to aim for areas where there are more asteroids, so it makes the farming a little bit more efficient. I hit the mic there for a moment, so hopefully that didn't sound too loud on your end. Now, if you just want to see what the endgame looks like, then I suggest you jump a little bit further into this episode. If you're just here to chill, then by all means, chill out with me. And there's a lot more mechanics coming up, so feel free to join in for that. And don't forget to tell me in the comments about your year and everything else you wish to share with the public. Let's move. Oh, yeah. Oh, gold. Let's move on to the next sector. Yeah, just common. Oh. There is another artifact hiding in this thing over here. There we go. Now, these space mines are actually kind of cool. I should probably be trying to use them better. I'm trying to get my guns to aim at specific asteroids, but I haven't quite figured out how to do that just yet. That's a lot of value there. Okay, let's see what that new artifact does. That is going to increase the drop speed in the Plinko by 10. Okay, so that's just going to drop in all these ores quicker, which is a good thing because as you can see, yeah, this is kind of starting to slow down at this point. Let's get more fuel. And let's just jump into a new expedition while all those ores are being processed. We didn't have any lockboxes this time around, so I'm not skipping out on those, in case you were wondering. Ooh. Let's try not to get ourselves killed. And moving on to the next sector. Now, as always with these games, the more upgrades you get, the crazier it gets. And you can at some point start clearing out entire screens, but we're not quite there yet. Of course, we are about 20 minutes into this game yet, so, you know, you don't want the game to be over too quick. Let's grab all of this before we jump out. There we go. Sector 2, Legendary. Look at that. That's nice little copper over there. I really love the increased pickup range, by the way. That just makes life so much easier. And there's some gold in there as well. Oh. I like the value we're getting out of this level despite gold. I actually don't know if I can blow up myself with these mines. Apparently mines are not dying with a single hit either. I think farming here is probably a wise choice. That is a lot of value out of a single level. Okay, so we got 2,000 waiting for us over there. Let's open some lockboxes before we do anything else, because that will upgrade the value we get. The speed upgrades are nice in terms of processing speed, so that will help with that. Some nice rare upgrades there as well. Damage upgrades, yes, yes please. That will make my life a lot easier, make clearing out levels a lot quicker. And that was it. So, as you can see, we have some Plinkos already upgraded more than once now. And that includes some of the ones at the sides, actually. So, let's see. Increased space mine explosions, sure, why not? Additional space mine damage, sure, why not? Processing speed, I don't care. Increase the spawn rate, yes. Increase 50% chance to spawn a new missile when a missile hits its target. That sounds like something that could go really crazy really quickly. Deal 25% damage to bosses. Now, we don't have any bosses yet, so no rush in getting that. Spawn rate, yes please. Oh look, silver ore. Silver asteroids will spawn from sector 3 onwards. Silver has a base value of 25. That sounds something that we would like. And also, this is something I would really like. We can open 2 loot boxes at the same time. Now, these upgrades are super important. Reduce the fuel drain by 5% per level, which is per level gotten over here. So that's obviously going to make my life easier. Now, this is going to collect ore from a destroyed asteroid for each level that we get. So it's a 10% chance on total, but I'm going to focus on getting the upgrades to our fuel first, because fuel is going to allow us to stay around longer and therefore get more monies. Okay, let's boost out of there and go to sector 1, introducing the newer types, at least one of the new types of rocks. Honestly, the ones with value 1 aren't bad to get either, for the reason that that's going to plink through my Plinko, and that is going to give me quite a bit of value there as well. The more upgrades you get, the more important just single value ones also become. Of course, the higher value ones are always going to be more valuable, so... Where's my missile just flying around? Wow! Okay, that was really close. Money! Okay. Actually, let's blow that one up as well. And grab some stuff here. And let's move on to the next sector. We're not getting too many loot boxes. That's weird, but we are getting a silver asteroid there. Look at that. Base value was at 25, I believe. Now, chaining together these space mines is super awesome. Look at how much value there was in just those few. And that's another bunch of them together. Very nice. Now let's just blow up. Let's blow up these two, because that's gonna be a lot of value. But yeah, I was about to say you do actually have to blow up, otherwise we're not going to go anywhere. And moving on to sector 3. Okay, now let's get some keys. Oh, there's an artifact. There we go. Ah, okay. 2 keys. I guess it's better than nothing. And we can open both of these boxes at the same time, and that's a whole bunch of upgrades, and most importantly, some fuel as well. This is going to increase the damage to my missiles, which I guess is fine. Let's see, what do we have over here? 1 additional ore into the Plinko machine, fine, I guess. Fuel capacity by plus 15, that's very useful. Reduced fuel drain, yes please. Let's just start over a new one while we wait for all that ore to be processed. I think we should be finding probably something around, I don't know, 1500 to 1000 when we get back. Epic! Okay, that's 3 boxes. And a lot of valuable ores, so that's very useful to have. I remember, actually, we do need to pick up the ore, so just blowing up stuff is not good enough. But yeah, this is a lot of value right over here. Ooh, let's not crash into it. Not too much value here. That does speed things up. Let's see how we fare in sector 3. Ooh, gold. Sector 3 is farmable for sure. Well, let's see if we can find our way to one of these. I can blow that mine up. There we go. That's the jackpot right there. Let's make sure we grab that gold one. And I think that answers the question whether or not the mines can blow us up. I mean, flying into them obviously will probably kill me, but let's see if we can warp out here and use that recharge. Nope. There's a 10% chance I think we got that recharge, but it was worth the try. Okay, a couple of boxes to open. Nothing we haven't seen before yet here, I think. That one we haven't seen before yet. That's just gonna increase the damage of my missiles by 1. I think the normal upgrade actually does the same damage, so it's a little weird, but okay. Oh, that's almost 10,000 there. Okay, that's gonna increase my missile damage by quite a bit. This is going to increase my staying power by a bit. Now, I have a feeling we're getting close to a new boss. So this is additional damage to the boss. This is just an upgrade to all of our guns. There we go. And this is going to convert damage into fuel. So that's just going to allow you to actually stay around to kill the boss. I'm gonna see if we can get another level of this before we jump out. There we go. Let's just wait a second and grab the 5% chance to collect as well. Because sometimes we do kill asteroids on the other side of the screen, and if that's automatically being picked up, that will save us some time getting it back. So okay, let's get ourselves some keys. Okay, or not, yes. There's a key. And some gold, nice. We have over 100 fuel now. And some more keys, please. Although, honestly, at this point, I'm sure we are probably as well off. Ah, there was a lot of ore there. Anyway. Keys are nice, but they're not really something you actively need to strive for, I don't think, once you have quite a few of them already. Like I said, there's a diminishing return on those upgrades. I'm not sure if the things you find get better as you continue down the sectors as well, though. Okay, Sector 4. Is this farmable? With some effort. We are running out of fuel relatively quick, though. We also need more and more of these ores in order to continue to the next level. And remember, the actual asteroids that we're destroying do get stronger and stronger as well. So it's not like you can just... Ooh, there we go. Ow! Yeah, I just crashed myself. And that was a boss. So the boss is actually in this level. But I just crashed myself into it. So, yeah. Anyway. We have some loot boxes. We can open 2 at the same time. So it's not going to take that much time. Some nice upgrades there. The Plinko is starting to look really nice. Look at all of the money flowing in. Okay, so since we know we're about to fight a boss, let's make sure we have staying power for that. Let's upgrade our own power in order to fight the boss. Let's get the last few upgrades here because we can. And at this point, we are running out of stuff. So restore fuel with each warp. So this is going to give me a little bit of fuel every time I warp, which I guess is nice. Although a couple of fuel compared to the 100 we have is probably not going to make a huge dent, but anyway, it's more than nothing, I suppose. I like that once you zoom out, you still pick up any ores that you come across, so you can just, you might have just seen me pick up that gold ore that was on the other side of the map. You can kind of aim for that if you want. Let's pick all of that ore, there we go. Legendary, yes please. Dopamine hits enabled. Yeah, level 2 at this point. Look like we're one-shotting everything in this level. Remember how we were struggling at the beginning? That is so much value right there. Sticking around a little longer in a legendary level, I still think is probably a good thing to do. I mean, these are all relatively rare ores, so remember they have a chance to drop gold as well, so yeah, this is a lot of value. Now what I don't know is, the time you spend in general is also affecting your fuel drain. I honestly don't know. I think the boss was in the next level, right? Yeah, the one with the quota of 50. Let's see if we can clear that out. Oh, that's some silver over there. Yes, please. And some more keys. There's a lot of valuable loot in here. Money, 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 money. And there we have. There's the boss floating in. I don't think the boss is doing anything to us other than just getting in the way, because of course it has a lot of staying power. So we might as well just clear out some of these things while we're at it. And there we go. Now we just got the universe essence, which is the prestige value that we can use to, you know, prestige the game. Let's see, we are going to open some loot boxes. And more loot boxes. And more loot boxes. Oh, look. Turns 5 random Plinko packs into dupli packs. That is going to duplicate the ore that hits it. And we have a refiner, 5 of them apparently, that is going to upgrade the ore to the next unlocked ore type. So, you know, those are all pretty good. And we also had one that is going to turn some of these things in the bottom to wormholes. Now, as you can see, the upgrades are still being processed, which is taking a moment. Look, this is now a wormhole, so that gives a chance to warp that ore right back to the top. These stars are refining them, so yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of value coming in. Now, if we go to the skill tree, we just unlocked the option to use our universe essence that costs 10,000, and it will allow us to start the game all back again. And I'm actually going to pick that one up. This will reset the rest of your game, with the exception of whatever the universe essence gives us. So be mindful when you do this, but I'm gonna do that because I think doing this earlier rather than later is probably a good thing. So gold and higher rarity ores are ×2. So this is just going to give us additional value. Then we have another upgrade over here that gives us $1 for each ore collected. So that's going to make the early game a lot quicker. And then over here we have all damage upgrades to our guns are going to do twice as much. So this is going to allow us to clear stuff a lot faster. And then this is going to give us a fuel increase ×2 for every upgrade we get. And we also have the warp drive unlocked from the start, so we don't need to worry about that. And then this next upgrade is going to cost us 4 universe essence, and this is going to allow us to get the Plinko machine unlocked and unchanged after we once again prestige. So we know next time we're going to prestige, whatever the Plinko machine looks like is going to remain intact, because we don't have enough universe essence to pick this up right now. You cannot return here until you prestige, but we spend all the money. So let's continue and start shooting at stuff. Now, that means we're back to square one, but that's how incremental games go. But we get some immediate money from clearing that out. And we should be able to get a second ore as well. There we go. Yeah, we have 2 ores. Now, even though we only have 2 ores, once we recall to base and we start the ore processing, we will already start out with a couple of money. So that is nice. And we can also decide to start in Sector 5. Now that's of course not what we want to do when we have no upgrades. But all of these upgrades that increase our damage, as you can see, are multiplied by 2, as well as our fuel capacity. So now we have all of this, we can already get 4 upgrades, even though we only mined 2 ores, and jump right back into a new expedition. And look at that, we are already one-shotting these things. I forgot how slow you are at the start though. Oh. Slowest spaceship in the world. I mean, just getting to the ore is a challenge at this point. Oh, well. Let me follow this asteroid, hopefully without killing myself. Well, that was 9 ore on our second run. Okay, but I think it might be fun to actually see how long it takes us in order to get where we were before. Now, I definitely want all the fuel, all the damage. The additional ore, yes please. Spaceship speed, definitely. More asteroids and some additional monies. Yeah, sure, why not? Look at that, that's 2 ore already, yay! It always feels a little bit, what do you call that? Inefficient, I guess, once you restart a run. However, it's also going to feel so great once we get the upgraded stuff going so fast. Ooh, ooh. Boxes, boxes. Oh, we're probably not going to get both of these boxes because I'm gonna run out of fuel. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Ah. Oh well. At least we know that every upgrade to the Plinko thingy we get... I keep clicking on the box, by the way. All these upgrades, or not all of these upgrades, but at least the upgrades for the Plinko are going to be permanent. So that's going to be awesome. Okay, so more fuel tank, yes. Gold drop chance, yes. You can continue to farm while I'm away, yes please. And we already have this completely maxed out, okay. Now, bring me some gold. Honestly, just getting 1 or 2 gold drops is a massive increase in money gained at this point. And I was hoping for some gold to drop while I was saying that, but of course, nope, that's not how that works. I'm not sure we should actually be porting to Sector 1 yet. It might be more efficient to do it in the other one. Oh, there was gold, so that was worth it. I think there might even have been 2 gold pieces in there. But yeah, me having to shoot twice at every rock rather than just once is definitely slow. Oh, there's 3 of them. Okay. Well, did we get any loot boxes? Nope. Increase fuel by a lot. Yes, please. What is this? Attack speed. Yes. Mines. Yes. Some additional... Oh, 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 look at the money flowing in now. Okay. So I am not going to list everything we get because you've seen all of this before. These are the upgraded ores, so we definitely want those. Yeah, this should be a pretty massive upgrade. 2 guns. We have missiles now unlocked already. There's some gold. And there we go. I think we should be fine in the next zone now. We got 50 gold for just completing the zone. I mean, that's not going to be a lot in the long run, but it is a nice little boost at this point. Look at those crits. Why are you shooting like on the other side of the map? I don't know. Are we gonna port? I'm actually gonna see how Sector 2 looks at this point. Ooh. That's a lot of drops. Nice. Yeah, I think going to Sector 3 was definitely worth it. Although we are about to have to recall. There we go. Okay. So let's open the loot box. Let's get some nice upgrades. How's the Plinko tree looking? Not very impressive, to be fair, but you know. Let's get some fuel upgrades, some missile upgrades, yes. Attack speed, yeah. Fuel for every time you destroy an asteroid, that's definitely worth it. And some more damage increases. Yeah, and let's just jump right back into a new one. We need a little bit more stuff in order to really be able to leverage all the damage we're doing and stuff like that. I'm leaving so much stuff like just flying. Oh, hold on. The gold. Okay. Ooh, a legendary one. Okay, this we're probably going to stick around here until our fuel runs out. That's a lot of keys. And that's a lot of coal. And some gold, yes please. I mean, this in and of itself is so much value. Oh! Whoops. Okay. That was completely not intentional. Ooh, nice. 5 damages. That's gonna go a long way to making the easier zones cleared out. We have a refiner. That's really nice, so we can start getting our ore upgraded. Yeah, all of that seems really worth it. So the refiners are here. Yeah, nice. Okay. This is for the boss thing. We don't really care about that. This is for the fuel. Let's mix that out. Chance to refuel whenever we warp. Some ore. Oh, there we go. Copper asteroids. This is on level 2. Okay, so we definitely want to go to level 2 now. Let's make sure we grab some of the upgrades for the luck. Yes. This stuff is all really cheap. So more damage, more spawn rate, more missile damage. So we cleared out this entire corner. Now I think last time we cleared the upper half. That's kind of like our benchmark to how we get back to where we were before. It's a little random every now and then what it actually targets. I nearly killed myself once more there. There's an upgrade that allows you to protect your ship, by the way, so I probably should be getting that. It is really easy to get complacent and kind of misjudge how your ship is behaving. Ooh, that is so much gold and copper. Money, 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 money. We should get to Sector 2, I think. Ooh, gold. Mostly because that's where the copper is going to be spawning as well. And there is an artifact right over there, so let's make sure we pick that one up. Definitely don't want to miss out on the gold. The downside of flying near the edge of the map is that the auto-targeting is targeting stuff near the edge of the map as well, so you kind of get stuck there. Let's see if we can get a refuel boost. Probably not though. Oh. Okay, well, that was still worth it. 14 gold was quite a lot. Or was it copper? I'm actually having a hard time telling the difference between the two. And that's some... How is a rare upgrade only giving me an upgrade of 1? I mean, Doesn't seem quite right. That was not the one I should have gotten. Oh well, oh well. So this is the blast radius on the mines. Let's make sure mines are actually spawning. Let's make sure we have some additional fuel. Fuel for every asteroid destroyed. Oh, this is actually where the boss stuff is. So I thought it was up here already, but collection radius increased. Yes, please. That is definitely going to be worth it. Now this is going to take a little while to fill out. So let's dive right back in. Okay, so we can very quickly clear out these first few levels now. That is nice. There's the first mine spawning. Those are going to make my clearing speed a lot better as well. Not too exciting, these levels. Oh, go. Oh, the pickup radius increase is so much better. That just makes actually picking up stuff a lot easier. I think we should be able to probably push to Sector 3 at this point. Now remember, the boss was in Sector 4. Oh! Alright, well, let's just start a new expedition right away. I think the boss was supposed to spawn in Sector 4. And that means that if we can progress past that, we'll be at least where we were before. Probably even further already. Let's see how we handle that, assuming I can manage not to crash my ship again. Not sure what's up with me. We actually got that gold there. Where's my legendary zones at? Sector 2 is definitely on the easy side. There's another artifact. It's a little underwhelming that these artifacts only give you a 10% bonus. We've gotten all of these artifacts before, by the way. I mean, you would expect them to be a little bit more impactful, considering how few of them there are. Maybe they get more interesting later on, I actually don't know. Sector 4 might be pushing it, but I'm gonna try anyway. Actually not doing that bad in here. So that means we are getting very close to where we were before, even though we actually haven't gotten all the upgrades yet. And the reason for that is because all my damage and fuel upgrades count 2 times as much as they did before. That is definitely increasing the amount of staying power we have, even though we haven't actually gotten the score upgrades yet. Okay. Yeah, keep bringing on the refiners for the Plinko. They are permanent, remember, so... I mean, this is not looking too impressive just yet, but we'll get there. Okay, space mine damage, yes please. Explosion radius, yes. More fuel, yes. Spawn rate, yes. Again, this is the damage part, yeah, the boss part I mean. Okay, missile spawns, yes, we can open more loot boxes now. Fuel regained for every warp. More asteroids, yes please. Faster collection from them. Yeah, that all looks great. Can we get another level? Yep. Allow me to stay around for a little longer. Now, let's do some speed clears of the initial zones. So we can get some loot boxes and some upgrades going for that. There we go. Because we want to get to the more fancy stuff. And boy, is there more fancy stuff. Okay. That's a key. I like how we still get $50 every time we clear an objective. And that's like a drop in the bucket at this point already. Gold, 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 gold. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we're we're getting a fair few of these loot boxes now. Ooh, there's a lot of gold in there. Oh, that was a nice combo there. Dopamine acquired. Okay. Ah, I shouldn't have turned back there. The turning angle of my ship is catching me off guard every now and then. Anyway, opening 2 loot boxes at the same time is definitely a thing. And let's spend some money. So let's increase the fuel drain, or decrease the fuel drain, I should say. Silver ores starting from sector 3, so that's definitely where we want to be at this point then. Fuel capacity increase ×2, yes. Some additional damage for my missiles, yes please. Let's just keep upgrading that. And this is going to cost in the thousands, so we probably want to clear this out first. I think... was there anything interesting here? Well, there's a damage increase over here, so that's quite good. But yeah, some of that is going to cost us 1,000 plus. Which sounds like a lot now, but... won't be a lot for a long time. For a long time now. Let's see. Epic, nice. Give me all the Plinko upgrades. I mean, it's easy to forget that our Plinko isn't really upgraded yet, because we started a new run. So actually getting those upgrades is quite valuable at this point. Okay, some nice upgrades there. I know there's gold. Oh, there's gold flying there. Maybe we can pick it up like this? Not sure if that worked, but... you can start to see the incremental effect happening. All those missiles flying around once they start changing together. Now the downside is that it is very easy for the changes to stop, and then it feels like you're not doing anything. Well, it is what it is. Come on, load the mines, yes please. We should probably start hugging those mines a little closer in order to help the guns prioritize them. There you go. Like we've established, they don't blow us up, so ooh. Okay, we got another artifact. I think we have all the artifacts that we've gotten before now. Come on. Blow up the mine. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Endangering myself in the progress. Sector 5. Progress was made, and yeah, we're definitely not ready for this yet. Okay. So, let's see. The artifacts. This one was additional damage. This one was drop speed, and this is gun damage. Okay, okay. That's all good. Well, let's make sure we open some of these lock boxes. That's a lot of Plinko upgrades. Those are some very nice rare and epic upgrades. Okay. So this is going to start getting better and better. Okay, we've cleared that out. Let's get some fuel. Oh, 0.1 fuel for each ore collected. And we can get that to 0.5 fuel per ore. So that's actually going to add up really quickly. And this is going to spawn a laser anytime an asteroid takes damage. Well, with a 5% chance. But that's potentially really good. And this is going to allow us to spawn gold ore. So I think we officially went beyond where we left off last time. And there's one of those lasers. Look at that. And for a 5% chance, and that triggering like 3 times. It's quite a lot. Ooh. Gold, 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 gold. There we go. Uncommon. And we have at least one of these boxes over here. Nice. It's such a zen game. Okay, let's get some more of those keys going. Now I wonder at this point how many of you are still here. So let me know in the comments. I mean, this is zen. This is kind of like the type of video you probably have playing on the side while you're doing something yourself as well. And getting a legendary level 4 zone is going to be interesting. That is several keys right there. And look at all that silver. That silver is worth, what was it, 25, I think? Yeah, we're definitely not leaving yet. Hold on. Okay then. We are getting so much stuff in here that I mean, I kind of want to move on to the next zone, but there's just so much value. Let's do that now, though. Oh, I think that's a new one. Okay, level 5 is still kind of pushing it. Yep, there we go. Okay, let's check out our new artifact. Asteroid spawn rate increased by 10%. It's, again, still a bit on the low side if you ask me. That's okay. We haven't actually gotten a laser upgrade yet. Oh, because we haven't actually been able to get this because we didn't have a laser. Okay. So the laser is going to be more powerful now. That's nice. Okay. Plinko is starting to look pretty decent. So these things, they hit is 5. These ones are about 10. Okay, interesting. Oh, it's a multiplier, of course, so that's not entirely how that works, but okay. Let's see. We have gold asteroids spawning in Sector 4 now. We could already prestige, but there's no point in doing that because we don't have the materials in order to do that. Convert 1% of damage into fuel per level. That sounds really good, actually. I'm not sure how much damage I'm currently doing. I'm just clearing this out because I'm gonna forget otherwise, and we will encounter a boss sooner or later, I assume. There we go. Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. Now, I could decide to now start level 5, but that seems a little bit too ambitious yet. It's something we might want to consider soonish, though. I wish you could just set it to like level 3 or something like that. I don't think we can. Let me try that out after we end this run. Because these first few levels are definitely not rewarding. But level 5 is a bit too much. On the other hand, we do get some of these boxes. But just going here for those boxes is not really worth it, I don't think. Zoop. Ooh, legendary. That's a lot of boxes together, and a lot of gold to go along with it. So where was the gold? Level 4, right? Well, there's gold there, but that's not what we're looking for. Must have been level 5 then, I guess. Well, level 4 is definitely farmable. And there we go. Gold! Seems to be quite a big difference between level 4 and 5. You can actually see the damage per... the fuel gained from doing damage. You can see that working. We just need more damage. Hopefully the loot boxes will help out with that. Now those are a lot of multiplier upgrades, which of course are permanent, so that's nice, but... Give me some more damage increase. Damage increase? Yes? No? Fire rate increase, I guess, is the same thing, more or less. Okay, well, fuel, more fuel, And that all is working like intended. Increase the speed that the laser deals damage at 10%. That seems okay, but in 1 fuel per level every time an asteroid is destroyed. Yes. Increases the damage dealt per tick by the lasers. Sure. Chance to spawn weapon crates which contain temporary upgrades for your weapons. Okay. Explosive ammo. That's pretty cheap. This is more fuel. Okay, this is piercing. Oh, increases the pierce ammo. Pierce amount by +1. Okay. Increases the attack speed. Yes. Increases the fuel. Decreases the fuel drain. Okay. Yep, there's a lot of nice stuff to get there, but we'll need to do another run of that. Okay, so there's one of those loot boxes. Oh, we have a machine gun now. I mean, that's a bit of overkill for Sector 0, but okay. Where's my loot boxes? I want more of those. I mean, weapon crates, not loot boxes. Well, I also want more loot boxes. Not really what I was going for now. The music though, it's active enough not to get boring, but it is also not too present to become annoying, because sometimes these games kind of go over the top with that. I wonder if I fly into a mine, does that kill my ship? Because the explosion doesn't. Zoom! I got a lot of those ores still. There's one of those crates. Ah, okay. So the piercing ammo is kind of nice. It's weird to say, but I wish my ship was even faster than it is right now. Let's go to the sector with the gold the golds. Asteroids, that was the word I was looking for. It's late. Go easy on me. My brain is kind of fizzling out at this point. This game is kind of addicting. That was a lot of gold in there. Okay. Well, my fuels were depleted, but I was also running out of space to move. Okay, let's open up some more loot boxes. I am starting to wonder whether or not I actually need to be here in order for this to upgrade. I don't think that's the case, but... Okay, more fuel, all the fuel, yes please. All the damage, yes please. All the fuel drain reduction, yes please. Is there any of that over here? I don't think so. No. So that's maxed out. Okay. Getting there. I feel we need to reach a certain breaking point in order to really start progressing a little bit faster now. I mean, we're still progressing, don't get me wrong. We're getting a significant amount of upgrades every time we have completed a run. But we've been kind of stuck around level 5 for a bit now. Ooh, explosive. I like it. I don't think these guns go with you to the next level. That might just be because they time out in the meanwhile. That's a lot of gold. And some more gold. We are over 300 fuel now. Which by itself doesn't say a lot, because you also need like the staying power, the fuel drain reduction, as well as, well, we're gaining fuel in several different ways at this point actually. We're gaining fuels by destroying asteroids, by picking up ore, by actually warping around, by doing damage. I think that's it. But that basically means that you also don't want to be in a zone where there's no asteroids to shoot at, because that is going to not really allow you to be effective, but at the same time you also need to be killing asteroids and actually picking up ore, because that's where the other half of your fuel income comes from. So you do want to be able to kill the asteroids themselves. Hello. Let's pick that up. Oh, that was a very nice hit there. Well, we're about to be booted out of this level, but I think this was a pretty nice game that we got here. 46 gold. We got more gold than we got copper, actually. Interesting. Oh, that's another wormhole. Wormholes are a very nice way to kind of recycle your ore, so that's probably worth it. How many of those do we have? We have 2. Still getting upgraded. Just 2? I thought we should have had more than that, but okay. Let's have some more piercing ammo. Oh, platinum ore. 500. Times 2. Okay. Sector 7. Well, we're not quite there yet. Is this the game telling me I should be at level 7 now? Is there an upgrade path? Oh, hold on. So basic shields that are going to keep us alive. This is 50,000. Ah, this is going to refuel upon reaching a quota. Okay, this is going to just give me some additional fuel. So we have multiple paths now where we can upgrade. Now this is all like, oh, this is 100,000, so that's definitely not happening anytime soon. 7,000, 50,000, 50,000. Yeah, I think we're like on the edge of a breaking point, but that's where the platinum ore might come in. However, that is going to be Sector 7. That's interesting. Not quite sure. I could probably skip to level 5 now. Oh, I actually forgot to check if we could do it at a different level. This is not a very brain-heavy game, but the problem is it turns off my brain. So the thing is, if you start out at Zone 5, you're not gonna get all of these loot boxes at the same time. Is that a problem? I don't know. It's not that many loot boxes that we're missing out on, but it's definitely more than none. This takes a moment though, so it does feel like it's kind of slowing us down. Let's see how it feels. Ooh. What's that purple stuff? Is that a platinum? I mean, if it is, that is 500 or 1,000, because I'm not sure where the times 2 comes in. Per ore, and that's not even counting the value you get while you have get it thrown through the Plinko. And remember, there's multipliers in there. Okay, Sector 4, definitely not an issue. Ooh, nearly got myself killed there. Where's my mines? I need more mines. Nice. Okay. There we go. That's a lot of gold. Okay, let's move on before we run out of fuel. Sector 6 isn't too bad at this point. I'm a little sad that we didn't get the new type of ore in Sector 6 though. So we needed to progress further than... Ah, okay. There we go. So the more valuable ores are, of course, in these zones. That might be an additional reason to skip the lower ones. Come on, come on, come on, kill it! Nope. Okay. Let's see what we get. Some more Plinko upgrades, nice. We're starting to see a little bit of color in here. Look at that value. Go in the 8. Ah, okay. Anyway, we have almost 100,000 already, actually. Okay, so let's pick up the cheaper stuff. Electric asteroids. Chance to spawn an electric asteroid instead of a regular one. This is going to increase their jumps. This is going to increase my fuel. It's all really expensive, though. It's going to increase the damage that they do. I'm just going to unlock a couple of these things. Unlocks laser ammo. Okay. Increases the chance for weapon crates to spawn. Okay, that sounds useful. Unlocks the stats page. So we collected 600,000. As you can see, that's going up really quick. So that's the incremental effect working there. Ah, okay. Not sure that this is particularly useful. but it is something we have access to now. We can open more loot boxes at the same time. Yes, please. Refuel upon completing your quota. 5% fuel per level. Okay. What's in this direction? Nothing other than the increased chance to do some more laser damage, I suppose. Or dropped by asteroids destroyed by a missile or automatically collected. That's actually pretty useful. Okay. Let's increase the laser a little bit more. And yeah, okay, so it's just per 5 levels. But let's start out on level 5 now. That way we get immediate access to the gold farm. It also seems, I'm not sure if that's actually how that works, but it feels like we get a weapon crate spawn right at the get-go. And look at those electric asteroids. Those are kind of nice. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more value here just because we have access to those gold asteroids from the get-go here. Might be nice to kind of skip the lower level zones, even though we do miss out on some of the crates. Oh. Hey, I got saved there by the upgrade that I got that protects my ships if I hit something once. Oh, we didn't get that far. This was quite a bit of a shorter run, though. Might still be worth it. Increases the damage of all guns by 10. It's quite a bit of an upgrade. More weapon crates, yes please. Okay, let's just go for another run while we wait for the order to be processed. Gold, 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 gold. There's a crate over there. Oh, there's 3 gold over here. Hold on. I think that was worth it. Okay, level 6. I like how my gun keeps firing even though I'm not even in the zone yet. Oop, there's some of these electric ones that do the explodey things. They kind of work like the mines, but they chain around. So they're a little bit less restrictive in terms of where they will do their damage. Let's see if we can take on level 7. That is where the new... Oh, a legendary version of that as well. Oh, we have the upgraded thingies here. We have an artifact as well. Level 7 seems to be just fine. A little surprised. What's this? What the... Not sure what just happened, but that was a lot of damage. Ooh, nearly got myself killed there. Let's aim for the purple ones. We just cleared level 7 with no issue. Not sure what we did that provided us with all that leverage, but that is a bunch of money. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, we are about to be rich. We are already kind of rich. What is this? Ammo from weapon crates lasts 10% or longer. Okay. Loot boxes, just 3 of them. You can open all 3 of them at the same time, so that's a nice bunch of upgrades right there. And let's see. More fuel, yes. Let's upgrade the electric ones a little bit. This is going to give us fuel whenever we destroy something with a laser. This is going to improve the lasers. This is going to take a minute. Well, nothing else to do. jump back into a newbie. We might actually want to upgrade the ore processing at this point. Might also just have been the ridiculously nice run that we just did. Oh. Save it again. I'm so bad at turning my ship. It's also really easy just to kind of tunnel focus on what's on the other side of the screen and not paying too much attention to what is actually happening right next to your ship. Level 7 is where we want to be, right? For the platinum. And apparently platinum is purple. I mean, the platinum is worth 10 times as much as the gold, right? It was 50, I think, the gold. So, yeah. I'm not sure what I'm picking up that's doing that, but it's some sort of, like, automatic laser trigger. Let's pick up that purple before we... Oh, that was a lot of purple. Okay. Let's see if we can hold her out on level 8 as well. Is this where there's going to be a boss, by the way? Ooh, hold on. New artifact detected. So much value here. Let's do a mine. Yep. I need more mines, or electric thingies, or both, ideally. Ooh. Come on, we need more damage. There we go. Whenever those combinations happen that trigger like a lot of damage, it feels really nice. Oh. Okay. Well, we got a new artifact and quite a lot of value. Look, almost 1 million is waiting for us over here. What does this do? Mining laser deals an additional 10. That's 10%, that's not too impressive, but we got another duplicator in our Plinko, so that's nice. Okay, fuel capacity, yes please. 50% chance for loot crates to have 2 keys, starting at level 5, so we definitely want to start at level 5 now. Increase warp drive's charge speed by 100%. Cobalt ore is going to start spawning from sector 8. Has a base value of 5,000. Well, that's where we're going. Gain 1% per level of your max fuel capacity each second. Okay, so the more fuel we have, the more powerful that's going to become. That's interesting. This is going to upgrade our electric asteroids. And this is going to do that as well. This is going to allow us to process a little bit faster. That's nice. More weapon crates, okay. Chance to spawn white hole generator crates. Upon obtaining, auto-collect any ore that's currently on the screen. That sounds useful. Missile ammo, okay. Chain gun damage increase, missile increase. What's this? 2.5 million. Okay. What does it do? Plasma ammo. Okay, so different types of ammo. This is going to increase our speed. This is going to allow us our special ammo to last longer. Hyper crystal increases the damage dealt per tick. Okay, this is better lasers. Okay. Well, that's I think everything we can get for the moment. But the cobalt ore, 5,000 in level 8. I mean, 5,000 in and of itself doesn't sound too impressive, but if you remember, this is going to be multiplied by the Plinko machine, so, you know. Oh, the warping is definitely a lot faster now. And we can even get 2 loot keys per chest now. So that's kind of like an incentive to go back to the lower levels. Oh, look how fast we are. I might do a low level run to see how fast we can clear that out now. might be a nice way to farm some chests, although not entirely convinced that's what we want to do. Ooh, hello. There's cobalt ore in these things as well now, by the way. Ooh, I barely know where to go. So much value everywhere. Okay, I had to answer the door there for a moment, so I couldn't record, but there you go. That is a lot more loot boxes and a lot more upgrades. I like how this Plinko tree is looking at that, and especially the cobalt ore is adding a lot of value. So, let's clear out this particular piece. This is going to give us more weapon crates, better asteroids, more fuel damage, I mean. The mining drill unlocks the mining drill, allowing it to drop from crates. 5% chance for weapon crates to spawn. Okay. Not sure what the mining drill is going to do for us. More attack speed, yes. Feedback loop. 50% chance to spawn an additional laser whenever an asteroid is destroyed by a laser. That sounds a good way to go like infinite. Much stronger missiles. And now we need 2.5 million to unlock stuff. So we can either increase the spawn rate of white holes, or we can unlock plasma ammo. Let's go for that one. Oh man, this stuff is all in the millions. Did I skip anything up here? Nope. We still don't want to prestige though. So let's dive back in. Ooh. Yeah, I think farming the boxes is not worth it at this point. Am I wrong about that? Maybe. But since we've gotten quite a few boxes already, just upgrading the Plinko farm is something we're doing passively anyway. Ooh, I like the missile weapon. this is going crazy. Okay. We already cleared out this map before we even spawned on it. That's interesting. And then the what was it? White hole? Black hole? Clearing out the entire map for us in the process is also really nice. Oh, just the amount of ore that we're getting is just crazy. It's weird to say that level 8, I think we're too overpowered for level 8 at this point. So it's probably time for a new boss to spawn really soon. Definitely not overpowered enough for this. The amount of cobalt ore that we're getting is really nice though. Oh, look, there's another artifact there. I wish I was a little bit more excited about that, but artifacts seem a bit undercooked. But maybe there's better artifacts to come. And there we go, there is a boss. And a special weapon to kill the boss with. Oh, you actually do need to hit the boss then. Oh no, come back, come back, come back, come back. Oh, okay, it's just gonna fly back. And there we go, that's the boss then. Ooh, we got 10 of that universe essence now. Let's check out what artifact we got. 10% additional damage from chain lightning. Okay, let's make sure we open up these boxes. Nice upgrades. I mean, the Plinko is starting to look pretty beastly. We have a couple of those more upgraded Plinkos over there. I mean, these bonuses go up to +8, 11, 10. Okay, so that's pretty decent, I guess. The real question is, do I already go for the upgrade now? Sometimes it's better to wait. but I can't think of many reasons we would want to do that. Mostly because we know the Plinko is going to keep like it is right now. What else do we get? We get a 50% chance for our weapons crate to spawn at the start of every level. We have 3 things now we can pick from. So what's this? Unlocked bonus ammo types remain unlocked after prestiging. That doesn't sound too interesting. Decrease the fuel used by guns by 50%. That does sound useful. And then a bargain hunter, decrease the cost of all upgrades by 20%. That's okay, I suppose. But this is actually all really expensive. So this is going to unlock, keep us having the artifacts unlocked. Okay, that's not super interesting. All upgrades remained unlocked and active after prestiging. Oh, so all upgrades. Okay. 100% chance for a weapons crate to spawn at the start of each sector. Okay, so the next time we prestige, we will just keep everything? Is that how that works? Oh, I forgot how slow we are. Oh. Okay, that's just 4 ore, but look at that Plinko. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's definitely not nothing. So we can grab a lot of these upgrades really quickly now. We should probably get the fuel and damage first, though. Okay, well that's the entire middle cleared out after just literally a few ore. And these rockets are probably going to help with that. Ah, okay, so the rocket spawns are determined on your shooting speed, which we haven't upgraded yet, so that's interesting. Huh. We already have 35 energy. Do I actually want to move on to the next level? I think this might be a bad idea because we are doing like 0 damage. At least we can get some keys. I mean, the keys, we don't really want to get the keys now for the Plinko upgrades anymore because we already have a lot of those. But we do want them to get upgrades for our own ship. I mean, that is definitely still useful. Ooh. Okay, there we go. So I think you know the drill now, so I'm just gonna keep playing for like 15 minutes and then get back to it so you don't have to watch me redo the entire thing all over. Okay, this is TDA literally just one run later. As you can see, I already cleared out like a massive amount of the initial skill tree. As it turns out, the boost is massive that you get just from having the Plinko completely unlocked. As you can see, I'm just randomly clicking through all the things that we unlocked before. This is going so fast that I actually was caught a little bit by surprise. I wasn't expecting it to go this fast. This is the boss killer stuff, but there are some damage upgrades over here as well. Might as well just grab these because these are super cheap at this point. But yeah, we literally cleared out the entire early game technology tree after, what was it? 3 runs total? We have silver ore unlocked already. I'm about to unlock the gold ore actually as well. And that's just, I don't know, let's see how far we can take it. This is around 3, I think, after the prestige. And I have a feeling we might be able to get to like zone 5 or something like that. Maybe zone 4? Let's find out. As you can see, I'm already up to almost 200 fuel. On the initial run, at this point, I was still clearing in zone 1, I think. Already cleared this out, I didn't even notice there. So the weapon crate spawning at the start of pretty much every level is super beneficial, because that just makes clearing out these early levels that much quicker as well. So incremental game, doing incremental things. Actually, I got an artifact in the second run already as well. It's the same artifacts as before, and they're not particularly impactful, but you know, we get them, it's a bonus. And because it's a percentage bonus, at least it scales with everything else you have, so it keeps being a flat 10% to everything you do. the laser one is not my favorite, I have to admit. Skipping right past the silver ones already. I don't think we've unlocked the gold ones. I mean, the gold ones are supposed to be on level 5, but... yeah, I definitely need to unlock those as soon as possible after we complete this run. And that's not gonna last for too much longer. There we go, okay. So, let's grab the artifact. Let's start opening some loot boxes. You can already do it 2 at once, so that's really nice. Not gonna take too much longer then. Some speed upgrades there as well. And let's see. The gold ones were over here. Let's pick up all the previous upgrades that we already got. This is going to convert my damage into fuel, which is going to be really nice. This is 4,000, 8,000. Some of the more expensive stuff is coming up as well as over here. This is going to keep me alive a little bit longer. And what's interesting is sometimes you get these relatively expensive bottlenecks, and then the stuff that comes after that is actually going to be better. Explosive ammo, rapid fire. We've gotten all of this before, but keeping it nice and quick is really nice to start out with. Should I be starting in Sector 5 already? Maybe. Let's try that out for the next run, because I think doing this is probably not worth it. Then again, you get boxes. So. And the boxes contain gold as well, so it's not that bad. And as you can see, we're clearing out these early zones really quick. I don't have the increased warp speed upgrade yet. It's one of the ones that we got near the end of the last run, the last prestige run. And that is definitely worth it. Just a nice quality of life upgrade there. The nice thing about these low-level ores, even right now, is because of the Plinko upgrades. They're relatively valuable as well, just because they hit all those Plinkos. And give you a lot of value just by doing that. I like how many weapon upgrades we're getting as well, by the way. Okay, so this is Sector 5. We're doing okay. Not great, but we're doing okay. Ooh. Saved by the upgrade there. Maybe a little bit too early, but let's see how many upgrades we can get. So we got additional damage there from that artifact. We got another wormhole. That's nice. At some point we'll have a lot of wormholes there at the bottom. Okay, so this is platinum ore for Sector 7. That's maybe a little bit too much right now. Let's make sure we keep upgrading everything that's related to fuel, as well as damage. This is the fuel drain. There we go. This is more fuel upgrades as well. That's nice. This is more fuel. This is not fuel, but let's just clear out this little corner over here. There we go. This is the piercing ammo. Oh, look, this is more fuel. There we go. Damage. That is also more fuel in a way. Yeah. 40, 40, 40, 80,000, 40,000. Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens if we start out with Sector 5 now. Yeah, this was just fine. Okay. Maybe we can even go to the level 7 might be a bit much. But that's where the cobalt is going to be. And I want my cobalt, because that is a massive increase in terms of how much we're farming every round. Asteroids are kind of in the way of all my gold. Okay, can we trigger a nice little set of explosions? Nice. That's gold right there. Okay. That was a pretty solid run. Oh, no loot boxes because we were in the same zone for the entire time. I forgot about that. Yeah, we are not getting we are not getting any of those upgrades now. Moving in your chair while you're trying to fly a spaceship is apparently not a good idea. Well, the artifacts are going to be permanent, if I remember correctly from what we're getting on the next prestige. So we don't have to gather them again. Not the biggest upgrade, but you know. Upgrades are upgrades. Yeah, so I'm not 100% convinced this is what we should be farming. Then again, it's very easy to overestimate or underestimate how much your increases are going to go for the next round. The nice thing is we do actually get the upgraded ores, the maximum ores, from the loot boxes as well. So even if we go to a low-level zone, we can still get like cobalt ore from those boxes, which might be a reason in and of itself to focus those. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, this was worth it. Let's just move on to the next zone. See how fast we die in zone 7. So we can get one of those to go along with us. Yeah, cobalt was 8, right? Not 7. This is actually going fine. So yeah, like I said, it's really easy to underestimate how well you're doing, or overestimate how well you're doing as well, for that matter. Ooh, let's make sure we grab that on the way. There we go. That was most of the gold grabbed right there. Just getting a few of those cobalts might be nice. Did I already unlock them or not? Maybe I didn't actually do that. That was the last prestige run, right? Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Okay, let's start hugging the valuable stuff, because that way we're at least gaining as much value as we can. There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. Let's go back. And let's go to the skill tree, because I think we should be able to unlock quite a few things. So this is going to unlock the nice little new asteroids for us. Now, I actually forgot where in the technology tree the new asteroids were. Let's see if we can find them. Where were you? We've seen all of this stuff before. I just forgot where the upgraded ores are. Opening more loot boxes is nice, I guess. There you are. Cobalt ore. Level 8. 160k. Well, we have plenty of processing power. Let's just hold on a minute. It should fill up quite nicely as well. And then we're gonna have to grab all the stuff that I just randomly clicked and skipped. Oh, we actually have 3 loot boxes waiting for us as well. Okay. This looks all good. Let's just go back to zone 5. Clear this out really quickly, get some loot boxes like that in the progress as well. Oop. I like the white holes. There we go. Zoom. That's a lot of ore collected right over there. Zoom. There we go. Sector 8, I'm coming for you and your cobalt ore. This weapon is so weird. And because it kind of interrupts your flow, you could actually argue that it's not an upgrade. I mean, it is an upgrade. It's probably doing a lot more damage, but... My flow, man. My flow. And there's another artifact that we will never have to collect again. Assuming I don't get myself killed. Like I was saying, assuming I don't get myself killed. That was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, but okay. Oh, there's... Oh, hold on. This might be stupid, but I kind of want to get the black hole thingy, the white hole. I don't know, is a white hole actually something? I don't know. Upgrades! Are these the upgrades that are going to be permanent, or is the skill tree upgrades the ones that are going to be permanent? Huh. I actually don't know. It might actually be the ones that we get from the loot boxes. I'm just clicking all the stuff now because I have so much money. I don't want to start reading all of this. But we should definitely be able to clear out Zone 8 like this. And now we need millions in order to progress. Will we have a lot of that in process? How many wormholes do we have at the bottom over here? At least 3 of them by the looks of it. And some of them come with a 15 multiplier as well, so that's kind of nice. Oh man, you can go crazy looking at this too long. I still don't think farming the low-level zones for those loot boxes is worth it though. I mean, you'll still progress. I just think this is probably going to be more efficient. I still like how we get $50 every time we clear a zone. That's like completely useless at this point, but okay. It's worth keeping in mind that every loot box actually gives you it has a potential to give you 2 value now, 2 keys I mean. Okay. I want my cobalt. I also want my white hole. There we go. Those are super nice to get. There we go. Okay, that was a lot of value just from a single asteroid there already. Okay, I think we're a little bit strong for level 8. We could be working our way to a new boss. Last time the boss was every 4 sectors, right? So. Then again, every sector is a lot harder to stay alive in than the previous one, so probably gonna take me a few more runs at least. But yeah, Sector 9, yeah, so this is Sector 9, definitely not an issue either. Ooh, that's a lot of cobalt. Let's make sure we pick up a weapon crate. That's just gonna make everything easier. So much gold and cobalt, yay! That's a lot of value right there. Oh, can I get my white hole? Nope. 49, sorry, 58 is definitely a lot of value though. And 10 loot boxes on top of that. And remember, these upgrades are going to be permanent. Ooh, nice. That's also going to be permanent, a dupli pack. Which ones are the dupli packs actually? Can I tell? I think these are the refiner ones. This is the red. Oh, these are the dupli packs. We have 1, 2, 3 at least that I can see. This is a massive amount of value flowing, and we have 12 million at this point. Okay, increases the attack speed of all guns. Yes, please. Increases the spawn rate of white holes by a lot. Yes. Decreases the fuel used by guns. This is all extremely expensive though, so I should probably be getting some of the less expensive versions as well. We're gonna work our way down this technology tree, I suppose, in a way. Look at how much stuff we farmed. Yeah, we will get back here in a moment. was about to say, oh, this is the mining drill. I hate everything about this. I mean, we can kind of just dig through stuff, but yeah, that's not my favorite gun for sure. Getting a legendary one is definitely a very good thing, though. I wish we got this at a higher level one, though. Level 6 is not really where I want to be farming. Vacuuming the screen. Nice, kobolds. Come on. Okay, we need more asteroids to kill, guys. Come on. We're getting to a point very soon where I'll have to start at sector, I don't know, 10? If it's jumping by 5s. That's not an artifact I never have to collect again. Yay. The amount of ore spawning from every asteroid also increases per level, so that's why you're seeing so much on the screen. So it's not just the amount of stuff that's spawning. The real question is, can we actually handle ourselves at level 10? We seem to be doing okay. Is that a reason to start out at this level? I don't know, because that does mean we are not getting blocked boxes, but having to do 5 levels every time just to get here seems like a bit of a waste. Okay. So this is the chain lightning from electric asteroids damage improvement. Okay. All these upgrades don't really seem to change that much, actually, so I'm skipping past them most of the time. Penetrates. Okay, Needler. Emerald asteroids will spawn starting from sector 10. Has a base value of 10,000. That's only twice as much as the Cobalt ones, but still. This is going to speed up everything. Nanomods. Gain 1% per level of your max fuel capacity each second. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. We can open more boxes at the same time. Deadman switch. 10% chance to per level to collect. Ah, okay, when your fuel runs out, you just collect everything on the screen. That's kind of nice. Masonry bits. Increase the damage dealt by the mining drill. Yeah. This is not something I'm going to highly prioritize, but it's also a dead corner by the looks of it, so. Oh, this was a pretty cheap one that I could get. Increase the fuel capacity by 10. Seems a bit undercooked for the level we are at the moment, but still. Titanium piercing rounds. Pierce ammo deals an additional 20 damage per level. Okay, well, we definitely need some more. Let's start out at sector 10 now. And that is a lot of 10,000 worth of ore. Okay then. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna grab that one. I'm not even sure what was happening at that point, but okay. There is another artifact over there in the corner. There's a lot of emeralds. I'm killing stuff faster than I can see it's appearing on the screen, guys. Incremental moment achieved, I would say. We're going to Sector 12. A legendary Sector 12, apparently. So let's get a nice little weapon going. I'm dying really quick in here, though. A little bit too much. But yeah, well, actually, we're still here. Surprisingly enough. I mean, getting a new weapon might help. Remember, damage does give us fuel. Yeah, this is actually not going all that bad. I was completely expecting to die really quickly here. 102 emeralds. Okay. I think we're about to get really rich, but let's open 4 boxes at the same time now. That is a lot of value right there. What does this do? You can decrease the health of all asteroids by 10%. Okay, that's just gonna make everything easier to kill. I remember, that is permanent. Oh, look at the amount of value flowing in here. Okay. Still need to be a little bit smart about what we're doing here. Plasma ammo, upgrades. Okay, this is going to increase our fuel. This is going to increase our damage. Our collection radius is never a bad thing to grab. This is going to give us more electric asteroids, so those are super useful. This is going to keep us alive. This is going to have our fuels drain less of our guns drain less of our fuel, is what I was trying to say. Reading and talking at the same time, super hard. You'd think after all of this time on YouTube I would be better at that, but... Increase the chain gun attack speed. I don't really care about the special guns, to be honest. At least not that much. I mean, sure, I can grab these upgrades at some point anyway. Ruby asteroids will spawn starting from sector 15. 50,000 though. That's quite a bit of value. I'm just grabbing some of these random upgrades. I mean, every upgrade is a good upgrade. Okay, emeralds. Starting from sector 10, so that is free. I almost wish I didn't pick that up. That's not that bad, but it's at least less. It's definitely less impressive than some of the other guns that we could get. I mean, even the chain gun feels a lot better. I'm not sure if it is actually better. It feels better, and that just makes it better. Okay, sector 11, here we come. Can I crash into this? Oh, you can't actually crash into these boxes. I can also not kill those boxes with certain weapons, apparently. Oh, there's another artifact over there. We are too overpowered for sector 12. It seems. Although I'm not sure my fuel agrees, it's like pulsing up and down quite a bit. It doesn't feel very stable at this point. A lot of value over here before I fly out. There we go. Sector 13. So we didn't actually get a boss at sector, was it 12, right? Or did I kill it and not notice? Because I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened with the amount of damage that we're doing. I'll need to check in a second. There's so many emeralds. Okay. Yeah, getting a white hole at the start of a level is probably not the most efficient way of getting them, but okay. Weapon trade. Missiles, yay! Are we gonna get a boss at 500? Yeah, okay, so this is where the boss was hiding. Okay, okay. I like since we got the upgrades for damaging bosses giving us, you know, fuel, it's really easy to actually kill bosses as long as you don't get hit by them. and you trying to make sure you're actually hitting the boss as well. There we go. 15 universe. And let's see what that artifact is going to give us. Attack speed increased by 10%. Okay. Let's grab these upgrades. I like how many upgrades we're getting at this point. The sound is actually overloading. Just reducing itself just by the sheer amount of it. That's interesting. We can prestige, however. Which is now also discounted by 20%. Should we be doing that? I mean, I guess. Let's just do that and see how fast we can get back to the 14 million mark. So let's see. Artifacts unlocked, yes. All upgrades remain unlocked and active after prestiging. So we're going to find out what this actually is. Oh, hold on. Unobtainium. Unobtainium asteroids will spawn starting from sector 20. Has a base value of 1 million. Okay, I guess we're picking that one up as well. This is going to give us a 100% chance for a weapons crate. We can actually pick stuff now, so we need to think about this probably a little bit. Bonuses provided by artifacts increased by 100%. So that's 10% on everything uplifted to 20%. So that might be worth it. Increases the damage dealt by plasma and electric asteroids by 10 per level. Oh, these are like upgrades I can probably pick multiple times, I think. This is just going to upgrade the damage of my special weapons. Let's see what's over here. All bonus ammo damage increased by 10%. Okay. So we can pick one of these. Lasers, plasma, missile. I mean, missiles is something we're using a lot. Ah, and this is a different currency, right? Oh no, it's just the red because I don't have it anymore. Okay. So it feels like we're kind of in the end game at this point. Now let's see how fast we can boost through the initial level. Oh, we're already starting out in sector 10. So is it actually the entire technology tree that just remains unlocked and we're just getting free bonuses now? I mean, that doesn't really feel like a prestige at that point, but I'll take it. We don't necessarily want to do everything all over again. There is a point at which games do get repetitive. Although, you know, clearing this out so fast is definitely not feeling repetitive. Okay. Guys, I need more asteroids to actually kill. There we go. So I need to collect 354. Getting cobalt right away, even though it doesn't feel like right away because I think it looks like we're just continuing the run we were already in. But if that's the case, then yeah, that's gonna be really nice. Oh, hello, artifact. So how many zones are there going to be? Like 20-ish? Maybe? Feels like we're in the end game. Although, you know, maybe it will get even crazier. Sector 12 is still resisting us a little bit. It's interesting to see that you're still getting a healthy amount of the low-level ores still. Makes the Plinko machine look a lot more fun though. Even if it's not really the value that you're looking for, probably. I like these electric asteroids. They go boom! They go boom so nice. let's check out level 14. Which is apparently getting deleted. Although I don't think it's necessarily the most representative, because we got the weapon crate there, just overpowering us there for a bit. But yeah, we are doing just fine in level 14, so let's go to level 15. We can actually start out in level 15 probably as well, depending on how well this goes. Yeah, the volatile fuel thing is happening again. Okay, the upgraded laser is just ridiculous. I think it's working together with that upgrade that we had that gives lasers an additional chance to spawn if you destroy something with a laser. So yeah, it just deletes the entire screen at that point. Let's just boost and see if we can actually get to level 16 and do something there. This is actually not looking that bad. It seems the quota caps out at 500. At least I think it was 500 in the previous level as well. Where's my emeralds? There they are. Okay, well, level 17 it is, I guess. I mean, we're not killing stuff really quickly in here, but the amount of ore you get from a single asteroid is quite a lot. And you know, mines help. There's so much value there. Sure, level 18, why not? At some point I do want to get myself some new upgrades. That white hole is probably one we should have saved a little bit. Not that mining drill thingy. Okay, with this speed it's actually not that bad. I need a third gun. That's what I need. Okay, let's recall back to base. We got a single loot box there, I think. All the other loot boxes were from the previous run. What did our new artifact do? It decreases the cost of all upgrades by 10%. And that's now being doubled, right? So that's a lot of increases there. But yeah, we still have the entire thing unlocked. Okay. So let's keep clearing this out, I suppose. Where was the new ore? Ruby. Sector 15. We need 72 million for that. Which honestly is something we're going to get. But, as you can see, it's taking quite a bit of time for the ore to actually go through here. Is there anything we can do in order to increase the speed of my processing? So this is going to allow me to open loot boxes quicker. This is going to recharge my shields. Increase the damage dealt by the mining drill, okay. Yeah, none of this is what I'm looking for, so let's just do another run. And I should probably start at 15 now, probably, right? That's probably a more efficient way to do things. So yeah, I decided to just abort the previous run and make one at level 15, because why not? Let's see if we can do this. And by the looks of it, it seems we can. I'm already about to clear this level out, so that's really nice. Level 16, here we go. we have one of those. I really don't like this weapon. Although with this speed, it's not that bad, I suppose. But yeah, it's just not as spectacular as everything else. And oh, I promise, I will stop complaining about the drill now. Now, I don't remember. What was the next level we were getting a new type of resource? Was that 18? We'll have to look that up in a second. So far, we seem to be doing that. So we might actually be able to find it out the normal way, just by clearing it. Ooh, I nearly got myself killed there. Keep forgetting, I'm pretty quick now. Let's get some keys. Not sure we need them at this point. Not sure how far we're away from the end of the game. I mean, keep in mind, this game is just what's that? Was that an artifact? Yeah, okay. Keep in mind, this game is just a few bucks, so it's not gonna last you for dozens of hours. Well, that doesn't necessarily need to be the case. I've featured some free games on this channel that have kept me definitely busy for dozens of hours. But yeah, let's see. Is this boss time? Looks like it. No, it doesn't look like it, because we can still zoom on to the next level. Let's do that. And let's do the new level in an epic version as well. We definitely need, are getting a little bit lowish on damage compared to everything we're trying to kill. Although we're still doing okay, especially if we can get some combos going. I'm a little afraid what will happen once we run out of stuff to kill though. So as you can see, I'm killing stuff faster than I can have it spawn. While at the same time, I'm struggling with damage to some extent. Which might seem weird to say if you're literally clearing the screen, but yeah. We get a new type of resource here. I actually don't know, but let's check if it's in Sector 19. I think that's the first in Sector 19. Let's have some rockets. There's a surprisingly low amount of cobalt and emeralds here. Or maybe it is here and I'm just not seeing it because it's getting killed before it actually enters the screen. Oh, that seems like we're actually going to visit Sector 20 as well at this point. Yep. Oh, no. Boss. Ooh, no. Oh, hold on. Boss is flying quicker than I thought it was. Oh, there we go. That was already cleared. Expedition successful. Ooh, 20 universe essence obtained. Okay. Let's recall to base. Let's figure out what that artifact does. We still have at least 2 artifacts to go by the looks of it. Ship speed increased. Okay. Let's open some boxes. That's another duplicate. That's really nice. I think those are probably more valuable than anything else. Those in the wormholes. Okay, so let's see. We have several of those wormholes already down here. Look at that. The sound actually just gave up due to the amount of sound being spawned, I guess. That's interesting how that works. Okay, so we have 242 million. So I think we can safely just upgrade all the weapons over here. Yeah, that's not going to be hard to do at all. Although honestly, that doesn't really feel like a massive upgrade. Mostly because, oh, there's nothing leading towards here. Okay, so ruby asteroids will be spawning from Sector 15. Well, we definitely have enough for that. Yeah. Oh, hold on. More white holes, sure. 20 damage to boss asteroids per level. That's not something we need to right now. Fire +1 laser at a time. Yes, please. Bonus ammo duration by 20%. Increase the damage dealt by the mining drill. Meh. Oh, and this is another fuel upgrade, so let's at least grab that. What's this? Lasers will now move to +1 new target per level if it destroys the target before expiring. Huh, interesting. Well, oh, look, there's the rubies already. And there's one of the artifacts we were missing, so that's nice. I'm trying to think, is there any downside of just... Oh, I need to actually use my weapon. I was thinking, is there any downside of prestiging? Because I just kill the boss. And I've been trying to think. No, I don't think there's any reason not to prestige. Well, let's see if there is something that leads... some new abilities that we'll get at that point. After this run, of course. I like the amount of those rupees that we are getting. Zoom, 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 zoom. Can't really imagine what would be coming after this in terms of making me even stronger. Feels like we're clearing everything pretty easily now. Let's make sure we pick up the rubies. Yep. Okay. Let's pick that up and let's zoom out of here to level 17. So many rare things up here. Well, the lasers work. Especially the upgraded lasers. I'm gonna need a wormhole, guys, because I have no idea what's all floating off the screen. And I think the game hurt me. It wasn't that much, actually. I was kind of expecting a whole bunch of ore to float in from the sides, but there was some of that, but not as much as I thought there would be. Yep. I'm clearing this so fast that I'm not even paying attention to getting those ores. It comes in so quickly, even though we need 500 of them. Remember, firing your guns also takes energy, or fuel, so the machine gun actually seems a bit dangerous to me to some extent. But then again, once you do damage, we also get some fuel in return, so it's probably going to generate more fuel than it's taking. Level 19. Now the real question is, does this game have an actual ending? Might just be clearing Sector 20. That would be a nice even ending point, although not necessarily what we're aiming for, maybe. We are getting to the limits of what we can sustain for the moment. Well, let's burst to the next level. Sector 20, a rare version. Look at that fuel. Yeah, this is definitely on the edge of what we can do right now. That's so much rubies. Let's kill some more of the electric ones. There we go. I like how we're still getting like coal and stuff like that in here as well. Let's grab the wormhole, there we go, and then let's move on to level 21. Well, apparently level 20 was not the end. Okay. Well, we will continue onwards then. I wonder how many hundreds of millions are going to be waiting for me once I get back from this run. I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot. I wonder by this point how many people are still watching. It's kind of mesmerizing to do this. It's really zen, just looking at the screen and zooming your little ship around. But I can imagine this is not necessarily the most entertaining thing to watch. It's a fun game though for a couple of bucks, so if you're looking for something like this, I can recommend it. I guess we're moving on to level 22. Let's grab a weapon. There we go. Oh, it just had to be this one. Oh, sorry. I said I was gonna stop complaining about it. Oh, wormhole. Not that much to pick up though. Bring on the mines and the electric asteroids. Why am I moving in between all of these asteroids? I don't know. But we're moving on to level 23, Legendary. So maybe level 25 is the last level. Level 30? I don't know. At this point we definitely need to start out at level like 20 or so, because level 15 is way lower than where we are at, it seems. Oh, that is so much money. Well, on the bright side, the length of this run is going to allow all the ore that was not processed yet to be processed at least. And I'm gonna add in, I don't know, thousands of ore at this point, I think. Maybe not quite well, yeah, maybe it is thousands actually. I was thinking that that might be a little bit more than it actually is, but look at the amounts I'm just zooming up right now. Before we move out, let's grab the wormhole, okay. And let's move on to sector 24. Is there anything I can't handle? Probably. We might also be close to finding that out. So the last new ore that I unlocked was what, level 15? So I'm hoping there's gonna be a couple new ones. Oh, hey, it's another boss already. Well, then we definitely need to make sure that we do the whole prestige thing after this. And actually, oh yeah, I can tell the health of the boss. I couldn't see it before. But yeah, this boss is going down no problem whatsoever. Actually, thinks this stops my run, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely more than it is several thousand of ore. Okay, let's see. We just got a new artifact. This one is going to increase my crit damage by 100%. So that's actually a pretty decent boost. Let's open some lockboxes. We're opening 6 at a time now. Look at all the upgrades. Let's make sure we almost have billions now, okay? I don't think I need to think about this for too long. Let's make sure we decrease the fuel drain. Boss damage, sure, why not? Sure, we'll increase the mining drill as well. Oh, that's a massive increase to gun damage. Adds an additional gun. Okay, yes please. And this is a lot of fuel capacity. And diamonds, starting from sector 15, which has a base value of a lot. Okay. Increase damage by missiles by... Oh, ready yourself. Prepare for the journey. Well, if we're preparing for the journey, I'm gonna make sure I actually do that. Hold on. We also want to prestige, I think, because we have so much stuff to spend. So yeah, let's do that. Is there anything new coming once I pick these things up? 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. I don't think this is doing a lot for me at this point. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I can't spend any more, so. It is starting me at 15. Let's abort this expedition. Hold on. I want to start out a little bit higher than that, I think. But most importantly, let me check the skill tree. So yeah, we just need a few billion. It feels weird to say, just need a few billion in order to actually complete this thing, I think. Oh, hold on, AI core. Adds an additional 10% to your total fuel capacity. When did we get this? Did we just pick that up in the 5 seconds that I spent in this sector? I don't know. Let's try sector 25. Where's my weapon crates? There we go. Okay, 4 guns is a lot. Okay. So let's see what we can clear. And then let's prepare ourselves for the journey. Now, is that just gonna reboot the entire game? I have a feeling it might. If it's gonna add a new phase to the game, I might have to make a new episode to cover that, but would be reasonable if that wasn't the case. Oh, I actually already got my quota there. Can you say rockets? Okie dokie. The rockets do actually carry over apparently, but I'm now getting so many weapons that they chain behind each other, apparently. And that's... oh. Well, I guess we're clearing another boss. Sector 29. We got more universe essence. Okay, so 29 is the last one. Maybe? I don't know. We are definitely going to need more. So I think the problem here was that the run was too short. We didn't have any stuff in the Plinko left because of the prestige. So that's why we didn't get that much money. Well, let's solve that problem. Yes. Okay. Let's get some more upgrades. I think we never got more than 2 of those loot crates from one box, did we? I was kind of expecting that to go up at some point. It's not really a problem, it's not my favorite mechanic, but you know, getting bigger numbers all the time in all the aspects is kind of nice. Zoom. At this point I'm just flying around the corners of the map, clearing those out. Because things are dying faster than I can see them fly in. Oh! I can be damaged by mines. No, not by the explosions, but I can be damaged by the mines themselves, apparently. We should be bringing in a healthy amount of ore for the next run. Now remember, a large portion of this ore is actually going down into a wormhole in the Plinko and then coming right back up again. So the Plinko is recycling itself for a large amount. So we're going into sector 30 now. And last time we got a boss at 29, so we're definitely still progressing. I mean, if you can call this progressing at this point, it's farming. It's farming in a forward direction. I mean, everything is still melting, even though we're at sector 31. Look at all the nice shiny ore that we're getting, the new ones as well. Let's move on to sector 33. Yeah, this is all still dying pretty easily. It seems that the quota is permanently stuck on 500 now, so which is apparently pretty easy to get as well. Obviously helped a little bit by the insane weapons that I'm picking up. Oh, look, there's another boss. That is likely to just melt away again. It's interesting that I'm now just clearing multiple bosses without any effort whatsoever. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff that we're getting. Okay, so let's see. I'll pick up these up just because I can, and then we're going to pick this one up. Prepare for the journey. Ready yourself. Okay. What lies beyond in the depths of the cosmos? Okay. What waits to be found at the end of everything? Okay. The only way to know is to venture forth yourself. To infinity and beyond. Godspeed. You reach the end of the known universe. The vast expanse of the cosmos stretches before you. No one has traveled this far before. No one but you. What lies beyond, no one can say. There's only one way to find out. Continue. But there were 2 more upgrades. I was about to say, there's more upgrades here. Oh, so this is kind of like an infinite thing that you can just keep upgrading? I mean, assuming you have enough money, that is, but this is increase in fuel, this is increase in damage. This is more boxes. Alright, and so I guess that was the end of the game. It's a fun little game, it's really entertaining, it's nicely done. It's a little rough around the edges here and there, but other than that, I really like it. Yeah, so if you're looking for something easy to play, I can highly recommend this incremental game. And if you're into this kind of gambling aspect of it, look at all those numbers. It's just beautiful. Anyway, if you're still here, you are awesome, and I do hope to catch you in the next one, and especially in the next year. Happy New Year!